What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Brewers Franchise. This is Season 2, Episode 4. Last episode, we got through 2 months of the season. This episode, we got a lot to get through. We're only going to go through 1 month, but it is the big month, July. Oh, I don't know why we're in AAA right now. All right, we got the All-Star break, Home Run Derby, All-Star game. We got the MLB Draft at the end of next week over there on the 12th. We got the trade deadline coming up, so a lot of stuff going on in this month. Last month, we already did make a big trade. We traded Bryce Terang, Joey Wiemer, and DL Hall to the Marlins for Edward Cabrera and Luis Arias, who was still on the Marlins. He's not on the Padres yet in this franchise, so he's got an expiring contract. But we're hoping that can help us climb back into the NL Central race. We're 4 games behind the Cubs. 42 and 41, they're 47 and 38. But we're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and hop into some gameplay to get things going. All right, very first game of the month. We are in a 3-game set with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Odd 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Carlos Vargas on the mound, Luis Arias at the plate. We got Speed on second with Jackson Chourio. See if we can put one in the gap and get the lead. The last game that we played, which was the last game of our last video, Luis Arias hit a 2-run dong to get, a little early on that, to give us the lead, and we ended up winning that game. That one's hit by Arias up the middle. It's gonna find some grass, and we will score a run here. I screwed up on the base running and got out at second. I'm an idiot. But anyways, Jackson Chourio is going to score, and we will take the lead. Luis Arias, a huge addition to our roster. As you can see at the bottom there, we did promote Edwin Arroyo, our number 5 prospect, shortstop, to AAA. We did send Jefferson Caro, our number 6 prospect, our catcher, down to AA, just because he's struggling a bit offensively. Oh no, William Contreras is going to ground out there, and that will be the end of the inning, but we did gain the lead, which is what we came in here to do. It's 3-2 Milwaukee after 6. All right, here we go. Top 7 here. No outs. Runner on first is Henry Davis. Tyler O'Neill, one of my favorite Red Sox this year, at the plate. We are still up 3-2. There's no outs. Elvis Peguero on the mound. Let's see if we can get out of this. That one is crushed by Tyler O'Neill. A fastball down in the zone, and he takes it opposite field with biceps the size of Winnipeg. No, Tyler O'Neill. Come on, man. That's going to give him the lead. 4-3 Pittsburgh. There we go. There's a strikeout from Peguero. We got to get out of this inning here now that we've given up the lead. There we go. A looking strike 3 on Tamara Johnson, and we're out of this thing, but not before giving up the lead. All right, bottom 8 here, no outs. Jackson Chourio at the plate. We're down by 1. We got to get something going here. That one grounded by Chourio to O'Neill Cruz, and that will be out number 1. Strike 3 to Jake Bowers is out number 2, and Dari Moreta is cooking here. No comment. All right, the absolute disrespect here. They're bringing Colin Holderman in to close this out. Don't they have a better closer than that? I don't know. But now that I've talked trash, we better tie this game up. That one's hit by Arias, but it's going to go directly to the center fielder, Brian Reynolds, for out number 1. Nope, that's Jack Sawinski. That one hit by Contreras. Decent swing. But it's a ground out to first, and now we're down to our final out. Hit by Yelich directly to the shortstop, and that is out number 3. We're late on that curveball. Yikes. All right, that's not a good way to start the month. All right, we ended up taking games 2 and 3 against Pittsburgh, but lost game 1 against Miami. And now, game 2, we're going up against DL Hall, former Brewers pitcher. We're down 4-1, bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Francisco Mejia at the plate with the bases loaded. That one hit by Mejia. It's going to drop in right field. We're going to send the runner, and that's going to score 2 runs. And we're going to bring this game within one. It's 4-3 Miami. Joey Wiemer, former Brewer, fields it in right field. But not before we are able to get 2 runs home. We'll take it. That one hit by Joey Ortiz, and it's going to find the gap. In right field, Wiemer fields it. He's going to throw it home, but Gio Urshela gets home, and we've tied this ball game at 4. Let's go, Brew Crew. And that is going to end the day for DL Hall, former Brewers pitcher. And hey, that's why we traded you, brother. Oh, man. Trevor Rogers comes in. Just takes us out, man. High heat on Blake Perkins, and that ends the inning. But hey, after 6, it's tied 4-4. We got the job done. All right, here we go. Top 8 now. No outs. Pete Alonso on first for the Marlins. Brian De La Cruz at the plate. Eric Lauer is on the bump. Oh, that ball is hit well by De La Cruz. Right up the middle. It might be time to pull Eric Lauer here. There's a sacrifice bunt after Uribe comes in. Randall Grichuk gets the job done. I think... Oh, interesting. We're going to intentionally walk Kyle Farmer here, and that'll bring up Joey Wiemer. Oh, they're going to pinch hit for Joey Wiemer. Here comes Matt Wallner. Oh, that ball, bro. That ball was a mile outside of the strike zone, and he reached out and grabbed it. I cannot believe that he just hit that ball. Are you serious? Look at him lunge out for this. Get out of here, man. 6-4 Miami. There's the strikeout on Nick Fortes. Oh my God. Bryce Terang just went ballistic on us. Things were going so well. Well, that'll do it. We end up losing 10-4, and the revenge. So we come in against our former pitcher DL Hall. We knock him out of the game. We're looking good. Joey Wiemer gets taken out. We're looking great. And then Bryce Terang comes in and hits a 3-run bomb. And the former Brewers beat the current Brewers. All right, here we go. Bottom 7 against Cincinnati. We lost the first game of the series. Game 2 here, we got Joel Pineapples on the mounds. Ellie De La Cruz at the plate with Candelario on first. No outs. We need to get out of this. Oh, that one is hit to the left center field gap. Christian Yelich will track it down, though. Nicely done by the franchise player. And you can see at the bottom there, Hideki Watanabe batting 282 with a 772 OPS, but no home runs in Double-A. Interesting. I don't think that's accurate, honestly. That one grounded by Encarnacion Strand. Arias will make the turn, and we're going to get out of that one. After 7, it's 2-1 Milwaukee. Well, we got an RBI double from Gio Urshela, and we ended up winning this one 3-1. We didn't have to pop in and do anything else, and that's a nice, clean dub. The trade deadline is nearing, and with that spirit, the Angels are trading for Josh Naylor. Finally trying to get some protection in that lineup for Mike Trout. He's hitting 288 with 13 home runs so far in the final year of his deal. They are going to send prospects Chase Chaney and Deshaun Knowles to the Guardians. Interesting trade. First big win of the season, except for the one that we made. All right, here we go. Bottom 8 here against Minnesota. It's game 2 of our series. Hobie Milner is in against Edward Julian. That's an Auburn boy. Shout out to the Auburn Tigers and Coach Butch Thompson. We're up 2-1. We got to try and shut him down here in the 8th. There's a ground ball from Julian, fielded by Joey Ortiz. He makes the throw over. That's out number 1 here in the 8th. Oh, swing and a miss from Masataka Yoshida. He got traded last year, and that shocked me, seeing him on the Twins. But there's a nice swing and a miss there from Hobie Milner. Royce Lewis coming to the plate now. There's a soft ground ball by Lewis. Frelick has to charge. He makes the throw, and that is out number 3. Nicely done by Hobie Milner here. All right, nothing doing on offense in the top of the 9th. Devin Williams in to close this thing out. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Oh, yes, swing and a miss by Ryan Jeffers on the fastball down and in. 2 outs away from a win here. Carlos Correa at the plate. That one popped up by Correa and Joey Ortiz. Camps under a can of corn, and that's going to be out number 2. Alex Kirilloff at the plate here. Devin Williams looking to close him out in this mid-afternoon game in a hot July summer on the day of the Major League Baseball Amateur Draft. That's going to be strike 2. 1 pitch away from finishing this thing out. Let's see if we can get him here. Yes, sir. That's out number 3. The Brewers win, and let's go draft. All right. Here we go. 2025 MLB Draft time. We have the 14th pick in the draft. Not a great draft, I don't think. Either that or I just didn't scout very well. But we scouted pretty well last year. I think I've kind of got the hang of it. Last year we had identified Hideki Watanabe and Carlton Parker as potential sleepers. Watanabe definitely was. Parker didn't really have the potential, but I mean, he still could be a really productive player. This year, I mean, there seems to be some really good talent at the top, but it doesn't seem to be a super strong draft, I don't think. However, Enrique Rivas is one of the better prospects I've seen. Not generational because he's not 18, but looking at him, he's a starting pitcher, 89 to 99 potential, 70 to 80 overall. The worst case scenario you're looking at here is 70 overall with 89 potential as a rookie. Just really, really strong. He's 21 years old. Cesar Mota looks like he could be a good all-around third baseman. Definitely interested in him as a switch hitter. Orlando Rodriguez also looks really good. 62 to 74 overall, 81 to 93 potential. Looks good. Kevin Powers, interesting here. 76 to 92 potential, 52 to 68 overall. There's some variance there. He could end up being a bust, but also a switch hitter. Could end up being a good contact hitter there with decent fielding. Rod Thrasher. Sorry, my dog just like yawned in the background. He's begging for attention. Rod Thrasher here has amazing facial hair. 18 years old, 76 to 98 potential, 56 to 78 overall. Could be a really strong pitcher. Same with Stanley Cordova. Lincoln Barnwell, I really, really like. However, he is... Where does it say? Oh, yeah. So some of these people, like, I haven't been talking about it, but like Rod Thrasher is MLB Draft rank number 12. He's probably going to be gone. Kevin Powers is MLB Draft rank number 30, so we might have a chance at him. Orlando Rodriguez is 3, but he's going to be gone probably. Cesar Mota is 42. We might have a chance at him. Enrique Rivas is just consensus number 1. We also got a pair of closing pitchers down here. Chris Gill, who looks pretty good. We didn't really scout him, though. But still, though, minimum of 80 potential, probably. I don't know. Jermaine Benton, we do have a little bit more scouted. He is injured, though. Or no, he opted out of his doctor's. So, I don't know. Maybe we don't go after him. Maybe if we can get him in the second round or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the draft and see how it goes. All right, so we're going to go into the draft. Obviously, they're going to give us the walkout for these first 3 picks. The Giants, Mets, and Guardians. I'll be shocked if Enrique Rivas does not get drafted here. First pick of the 2025 MLB Draft will be Orlando Rodriguez. Interesting. We'll have to see who ends up being the better prospect, Rodriguez or Rivas. But maybe he goes here to the Mets. Yes, so the Mets are going to take Enrique Rivas here. And then pick number 3 is kind of up in the air. Who did we say? Cleveland, the Guardians, are going to take Lucius Robinson. Not really somebody we had on our board, but looks like he could be a pretty decent player. All right, so 10 picks before we pick. Would really love to get one of these third basemen, Mota or Kevin Powers. Don't really want to spend a pick. Well, there goes Mota. Don't really want to spend a pick on Gill or Benton in the first round. Would love to take them like maybe in the second round. I could take Lincoln Barnwell. There goes Rod Thrasher. I really am trying to avoid spending a first-round pick on a starting pitcher, but it may end up just being what we end up doing. There goes Kevin Powers. Wow. I really thought one of those third basemen was going to fall to us. All right, our pick is here, and pretty much all of the position players that we wanted are gone. Lincoln Barnwell got taken by the Red Sox. Steve Peralta got taken by the Pirates. Dwayne Rock by the Angels. Oh, man. I have this third baseman, Kevin Cameron, who is MLB Draft rank 50. He's 36th on our board. I didn't really scout him very much. I don't really know why. It would be a huge gamble taking him. I mean, the top level is great, but I don't know. I could go much safer and just take a starting pitcher. There's pitchers that I feel good about. Manny Mota I feel pretty good about. I could just take him, or I could just take one of these closing pitchers. I think we're going to take the risk on Kevin Cameron here because there's so many other pitchers that we do feel good about. Let's go ahead and draft Kevin Cameron. I don't know about that, man. Might end up being a bad pick. All right, pick number 32 is here. We're going to go ahead and take one of these closers, Jermaine Benton, because we don't really have a closer of the future after Abner Uribe. Ooh, I forgot he opted out of his Dodgers. Maybe I should have taken Chris Gill. This might end up being a not very good draft. I don't know. We'll see. All right, it is time for our round 2 pick. Our third pick overall, we had the compensatory pick. I'm between these two starting pitchers. Juan Ortiz, 74 to 96 potential, is a little bit more of a variant. He's a little bit younger, but we've gone kind of risky with our first 2 picks. So we're going to go with Ken Valencia because I think he's going to be a little bit better, or a little bit safer than our first 2 picks. So, Ken Valencia, welcome to the squad. All right, competitive balance, round B. It's the 67th pick in the draft. Antonio Rosas, we have him 65th on our board. Looks like he could be a good all-around fast center fielder for us potentially in the future. We're going to go ahead and take Antonio Rosas. All right, at pick 88, we are going to go ahead and take Alan Travis, an 18-year-old lefty pitcher. Really wide variance here. We're kind of taking a risk, but that's kind of the theme of the draft so far. So, Alan Travis, hey, welcome. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another starting pitcher here. Steve Booth has a nice little mustache. Welcome to the squad, Steve Booth. All right, taking a risk on somebody who could end up being a pretty decent power hitter for us. Bo Petter, an 18-year-old first baseman here. He is going to join the squad. And with our last pick, we are going to take this relief pitcher, Brad Boyd. He did opt out of his doctor's exam, which like 2 of our other draft picks did as well. So I don't know, but could potentially be somebody good in the future. Maybe. Got to be better than some of the relief pitchers I got in my farm. I mean, good lord. I think that's it for the draft for us. Yeah, that's going to end in the draft. Pretty good draft, maybe? I don't know. All right, after the draft, it is All-Star Weekend, and first up is the Home Run Derby. Well, I guess first up was the Futures game, which our guy started. That's like my Brian Windhorst. Home Run Derby coming up. Juan Soto of the Royals leading the league in home runs along with Aaron Judge. We got Joey Gallo, Trey Turner, Austin Riley, Jorge Soler, El Bombi, Adolis Garcia, and Yainer Diaz from the Astros. Let's hop in and see who takes it. All right, round 1 is in the books. Juan Soto advances. Austin Riley kind of upsets Trey Turner. The Home Run Derby All-Star festivities are at Truist Field. Jorge Soler advances along with Aaron Judge on the right side here in the second round. We're going to see if the hometown boy can advance against Juan Soto. Well, Austin Riley could not get it done. It is a all-star matchup of Juan Soto and Aaron Judge in the Home Run Derby Finals. A dream for Major League Baseball. All right, Aaron Judge wrapping up his 30-second bonus time here. Is that one going to get out? Dead center field. It will get out. That ties the best round of the Derby with Jorge Soler's first round. So 21 home runs for Aaron Judge. A tough one for the Kansas City Royals. Juan Soto to match. Let's see if he can do it. Juan Soto in his bonus time here. He needs to hit some line drive shots. He's running out of time. That's going to be, oh, that one went foul. That's going to pretty much end it here. Aaron Judge is going to win the 2025 Home Run Derby. 21-18 is the final. You love to see the good sportsmanship, the handshakes there. Let's see Aaron Judge raise that Derby trophy. Congrats. All right, taking a look at the All-Star rosters. The starting pitcher for the National League is Dustin May up against Joe Ryan for the American League. You can see the American League also has Cole Reagans, Kyle Bradish, Kevin Gossman, Garrett Cole, Tyler Wells, Liam Hendricks, Jose Leclerc, David Bednar. Over here on the National League side, looking for any Brewers. Not really seeing any. John Means, Zach Gallen, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Alcantara. Yeah, okay, so no pitchers from the Brewers. That's not ideal. American League roster is rocking Bobby Witt Jr., Jose Ramirez, Jordan Alvarez, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Vladdy Jr., Royce Lewis, and Adley Rutschman. And then over here on the National League, you see Trey Turner, but look at this. Christian Yelich, the starting center fielder for the National League. He's back, baby. He is back. Now back-to-back All-Star appearances after a 5-year hiatus from the All-Star game. What a comeback story. Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, and Austin Riley, a trio of killers from the Atlanta Braves here. Mookie Betts, Corbin Carroll, Brandon Marsh with a surprise start, still playing for the Phillies, and Will Smith, and then Nico Horner, Tommy Edman, Jorge Soler, Hebert Ruiz, Luis Campusano. Alex Bregman sneaks his way into the All-Star game. He was having a little bit of a disappointing season, but he's really come on strong lately. Matt McClain, Ryan McMahon, Brooks Lee, Ha-Seong Kim, Nick Castellanos, and that wraps it up. So 2 All-Stars for your Milwaukee Brewers, Christian Yelich and Alex Bregman. All right, the first draft pick signing is in the books. It's Steve Booth. Guy we kind of threw a dart on. Hopefully he turns out to be a pretty good pick. All right, first game coming out of the All-Star break is game 1 of a 3-game series against the Mets. It's tied 0-0. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Luis Arias at the plate. Jackson Chourio on second with some speed. Let's see if we can take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. That one's hit. Oh, directly to Francisco Lindor. He only has to take a few steps to his right. It was a pretty good swing by Arias. Doesn't really get a whole lot of lift on that. William Contreras coming in now with 2 outs, looking to make something happen. What? We just got picked off leading off at second. Oh, man. I just keep finding ways to, like, shoot us in the foot, but I'm having fun, and that's what matters. All right, still tied nothing. We're shaking off some rust from that All-Star break. Top 8, Joel Pineapples on the plate. Eddie Polanco on first is like 19 years old. One of those super rookies. I'm pretty sure he's leading for Rookie of the Year. There we go. There's a ground ball. Arias fields it over to Ortiz. And we make the play at first with Bregman. That's going to be 2 outs, 4-6-3 on the double play. A little celebration there in the infield. Nicely done. And we need one more out to get out of this. Let's take one more look at it. Arias gets a good jump. Could have been a little bit quicker with the flip. But, you know, he's not known for his fielding. We definitely gave up some fielding when we traded Bryce Terang. Gave up the fielding for the hitting for sure. Swing and a ground ball to Bregman, and Nimmo will ground out for out number 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, still tied nothing. All right, here we go. Bottom 8th, 1 out. Blake Perkins is on first. Nelson Velasquez at the plate. Bill Bickford's still in the game. Perkins pinch running for Christian Yelich. 2 strikes here. We're sending the runner. Oh, yeah. Keep going. Perkins is going to go all the way from first to third, and he's safe. Let's go. That is huge. Nice. Good eye there. We're able to draw the walk, which I guess they're happy because it sets up the double play. But we are going to bring in a pinch runner, as they are suggesting it'll be Akil Baddoo. And Alex Bregman is coming up, who's one of our best hitters with runners in scoring position. So, let's make something happen. Swing and a miss, strike one, and we will successfully steal second. Akil Baddoo in there by the skin of his teeth. I mean, I'm swinging all the way there, honestly. Just, I don't know, it feels like it slows down the catcher just a little bit. But man, that was close. That was close. And now they're going to intentionally walk Bregman to set up the double play. All right, bases loaded now. One out. Sal Frelick was coming up to the plate, but they brought in Brooks Raley, the lefty. So we'll bring in Gio Urshela. He pretty much exclusively bats against lefties. He's batting .309 this season. Oh, man. Wow. 3 straight slurps from Raley gets us out. And now it's up to Jackson Chourio. Come on, Rook. Well, I guess he's not a Rook anymore. But come on, man. That ball is going to be grounded to the right side, and they're going to get out of this. That's just unfortunate, man. Shame on my family. Top 9 now, 1 out. We're hopping in here. Carlos Hernandez, I guess with 1 out and a runner on second, he's pitched to 2 batters, so he's got to pitch to Francisco Alvarez here before we can think about pulling him. We're going to go ahead. Oh, why is Devin Williams not an option? What? Did he hurt himself? We'll have to figure that out later. That would explain why Carlos Hernandez is in the game in the 9th inning. That ball is grounded to the right. It's going to be a play at the plate. No, they're going to hold the runner at third. Good job by Akil Baddoo. Oh, goodness. Yes, the high fastball is popped up by Michael Taylor. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter for the New York Mets, Dominic Smith. All right, Hobie Milner comes in for the lefty-on-lefty matchup. That one's grounded. First pitch, Dominic Smith. And we're out of this. Heading to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 0. Bottom 9 here, 2 outs. Luis Arias on first. We have not been clutch here. Now a chance for William Contreras. Not much speed on the bases, but we're looking to make it happen here. And that will be neither. We're going to swing at a pitch out of the zone, and we're headed to extra innings. Top 10 now, no outs. Hobie Milner on the plate, or on the bump. Eddie Polanco, the rookie, at the plate with runners on the corners. This is an unfortunate situation to be in. Oh, they're going to try the sack bunt. Run 2, run 2. Oh, well, okay. They didn't run home at all, which is good. Now, I would be shocked if they tried a sack bunt. That one is going to be chopped over the shortstop's head. And we've got runners on the corners again, but it's 1-0 now, New York. Jeff McNeil comes through in the clutch. Brandon Nimmo now to the plate with 1 out. We'll take that strike 3 right there. That's a swing and a miss from Lindor. And it's 1-0 New York, headed into the bottom of the 10th. We got to make something happen. Remember, we don't do the extra runner on second in the extra innings, so we got to chain something together here. That one hit by Baddoo. That's going to be a good one. He's going to get a double out of this. And now we are threatening runner in scoring position with Alex Bregman coming to the plate. No way, man. No way they make that a pop out right there. Oh my gosh. Now we're relying on Gio Urshela. Come on, man. Strike 3. Oh no. Trade deadline season is in full effect. The hot stove is on fire. What a huge trade. Dustin May and Whit Merrifield are going to go to the Reds for Matt McClain. I mean, Dustin May started the All-Star game for the Dodgers. Wow. All right, Ken Valencia is our second draft pick signing. Still got a few more that we need to try and sign, though. All right, we went ahead and signed our first-round pick, Kevin Cameron. Hopefully he doesn't end up sucking. Another starting pitcher is signed, Alan Travis, the 18-year-old lefty. I got high hopes for him. All right, Game 2 against Pittsburgh. We are on a bad losing streak, man. Fortunately, we're still sitting at 500. We're 50-50, but we're falling behind in the NL Central. Down 2-0 to Pittsburgh here. Bottom 7, no outs. William Contreras at the plate. We got to get some run support going. All right, here we go. Just a heads up, I am going to be trying some different camera angles. Obviously, I use the strike zone hitting view when I'm playing like Diamond Dynasty and I'm playing ranked. But, you know, just for franchise purposes, I like to play with a more zoomed out view. I don't like this one. We're switching. Hey, here we go. Here we go. This is just strike zone 3. So the strike zone view, but zoomed out some. So maybe this will be better for me. Or maybe I'm just making excuses. Who knows? Oh! Did we unlock the key? This ball is belted. It is high. It is deep. It is gone. William Contreras. Over the left center field fence. 438 feet. 105 off the bat. Joey Ortiz and Christian Yelich celebrating in the dugout. We're going to take a 3-2 lead here as Frelick and Bregman come around to score as well. Let's take another look at it. A fastball high in the zone, and Contreras sends it for a ride. This ball was no doubt from the beginning. 3-2 Milwaukee. Akil Baddoo working a full count here. Still no outs here in the 7th. Oh, what a pitch. Dottie Pippen there. Jeffrey Springs with his 9th strikeout, and it does barely catch the edge of the zone there. We got to protect. Oh, nice changeup there. Gio Urshela. Swing and a miss. And now Francisco Mejia up with 2 outs. Good swing there. Man, that one's going to ricochet off of the leg of Jeffrey Springs. Unfortunate. Looked like we were going to have a base hit up the middle. But, hey, William Contreras with the go-ahead 3-run bomb. That was electric, bro. 3-2 Milwaukee after 7. All right, top 9 here. We are ready for a save opportunity. Devin Williams did get injured in that previous game that we were playing, but he was only out for a few days. He is back. Looking for the save. Kobe Mayo is up. He's a prospect for the Orioles. I wonder who Pittsburgh sent to Baltimore for Kobe Mayo. Strikeout. Kobe Mayo. That's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 2 more outs for the win here. That'll be strike 3 on Salomon Ragsdale. And we're 1 out away from the win here. And that'll bring up Termarr Johnson. I got to be honest, this Pirates roster is one of the ugliest batting orders I've seen at the major league level. That one's popped to left field by Termarr. And Yelich not going to make it there. We take the bad angle. Johnson stops at second. But they do have the tying run in position here. 13th double of the season for Termarr Johnson. And that'll bring up Indy Rodriguez. There it is. Ground ball to Frelick. He's going to field it. And the out at first. And the Brewers are going to pick up the win. Trying to get some momentum back and get back in this playoff race, man. All right. The Blue Jays have offered us a trade. And you can see it right there. Yeah, right there. The opposing team has proposed this trade. Genesis Cabrera, 28 years old, lefty, 76 overall. He's got a 4.24 ERA this year, 1.48 WHIP. But I mean, statistically, he slots in as what, our third best reliever, and they just want Bobby Dahlbeck back for him, and we're just gonna straight up accept this. All right, and while we're at it, we got one more deal to make. I think we're gonna lock this in. We're sending Brandon Woodruff and Devin Williams and Blake Perkins to the Braves. Now, the Braves have Raisel Iglesias, who's been their primary closer, and he's done pretty well this year, but he is rapidly declining, and Penn Murphy has kind of stepped in as a closer for them somewhat. So we're going to be taking Iglesias back. His contract expires after this year. We'll be able to dump him. So we're really, really improving our bullpen here. Our relief pitchers. We are dumping Devin Williams because his contract does expire after this year. And we have Abner Uribe, who we are going to move over to the closing pitcher role. Brandon Woodruff also has his contract expire after this year. But we are getting AJ Smith-Shawver back, who is going to slot in as our ace for AAA because we're probably going to be calling Jacob Mizorowski up and give him his chance to start. So this is going to keep us competitive while also ensuring that we are able to grow for the future. We get some value back for those contracts. And we're also going to be getting Ahmed Rosario, who also has an expiring contract this year, will basically bring kind of the same stuff that Blake Perkins does. He's a good runner off the bench. He's a little bit better hitter than Blake Perkins is, and he can also play infield. So he really is a utility guy for us, and hopefully can solidify our bench and help us make a run at the playoffs. All right, our closing pitcher that we drafted, Jermaine Benton, who opted out of the Dodgers exam, by the way, turned out to be healthy, and he has signed with the Brewers. All right, we are on a roll. We have rattled off 5 straight wins. We are 2-0. We've already locked up the series win against the Giants. We're about 9 games back, I believe. Yeah, 9 games back in the NL Central, which is, it kind of seems out of reach right now. But we are tied for the 3rd spot in the National League wildcard, fighting for a playoff spot. And it's a really huge spot for Jacob Mizorowski to make his major league debut. We are going to hop in against Logan Webb in a player lot game with Jacob Mizorowski in his debut. Let's get it. All right, big game in San Francisco, Oracle Park. The Giants kind of out of the playoff race, but we are fighting for it, and Jacob Mizorowski is making his major league debut against a pretty decent offensive lineup for the Giants. Hey, in AAA this year, 8-5, 110 innings pitched, a 3.27 ERA, 1.44 WHIP. Not the best, but definitely something to build on, and we're going to see what we can do in this first start. That one's going to catch the corner, and the first batter of Jacob Mizorowski's career, Tyro Estrada, is going to strike out on 3 pitches. Oh, man, that ball is crushed by Anthony Santander. A perfect. You can hear it coming off the bat. It's going to go off the wall for a double, so we still have a chance to get out of here without giving up a run. I've been watching The Sopranos. Anytime I see the name Anthony, I hear it like, Anthony, like his mom said. Just the worst woman, Livia Soprano. Anyway, moving on. Oh, that ball skied right back up the middle. I could see it come like right by my face. And that's going to be a run in the first inning for Jorge Soler. Well, for Anthony Santander. Driven in by Jorge Soler. Now Jock Peterson at the plate. That ball going to be grounded to second. And the play is made, and we are out of this one. We give up a run in our first inning with Jacob Mizorowski. That ball is lined to left field. Man, I thought it was going to be a foul ball at first. But Marco Luciano is on with a 2-out double. Just like the first inning, we got to get out of this one. Number 9 hitter coming up for San Francisco. It's going to be Connor Joe.
And that ball grounded to right, but it'll be foul. Fastball grounded to third. Sal Frelick is going to make the play. Alex Bregman makes the catch. And we are out of the second inning. All right, Anthony Santander back at the plate after a big double in the first inning. And an infield single by Matt Chapman here in the third. Santander is going to fly out, and now 2 outs. And we got to get Jorge Soler here. That one is going to be grounded to first. Bregman makes the catch, and we're out of this one, so we've settled down a little bit after giving up 1 run in the first. Need a little run support, though. Marco Luciano lines this one to right field, and Nelson Velasquez tried to make the play. It's a ground rule double after a Blake Sabo single. Now runners on second and third with 2 outs here in the fourth. We got to get this out on Connor Joe before it flips over to the top of the lineup for San Francisco. That'll do it. Strikeout number 5 for Mizorowski gets him out of the jam. And after a Jackson Churio RBI double in the top of the fourth, it's tied 1-1. Ooh. Oh, what a snag by Sal Frelick. That ball was tattooed by Tyro Estrada. But snagged by Sal Frelick at third. We do have a 2-1 lead. Alex Bregman was able to drive in a run in the top of the fifth. So Mizorowski working with the lead for the first time in his career. Oh, man. That's going to be an infield single for Matt Chapman. We're in the 5th inning here. 62 pitches. Gotta wonder how long they're going to let us go in our debut. Oh, that ball is smoked by Santander. Velasquez is back. He's going to make the catch. Beautiful stuff. You saw he had to make an adjustment there. I was worried he misplayed it. There we go. Ground ball up the middle by Soler. Fielded by Ortiz. And we're out of the 5th. Up 2-1. That ball's going to be grounded to Ortiz, to second for Arias, and over to first for Bregman. There's the 6-4-3 double play that we've been looking for. Ooh, that ball's going to be hit to shallow right. Velasquez unable to get in and field it. Just barely, just the tip from Luciano. And now Connor Joe up in a big moment again. We're getting on up there in pitches. I cannot believe they just called that a ball. That was pitch number 87 for Mizorowski in his debut. Ooh, ground ball there, fielded by Bregman, and he will get the force at first. And through 6, we've got the lead, baby. Now coming out in the 7th inning, Jorge Alcala will come in for Mizorowski. So, the debut appearance for Jacob Mizorowski. Got that error because we couldn't throw the ball. But besides that, 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, that is a great debut. If we can keep them from scoring, he's going to get the win as well. And that is going to do it. They didn't need to bring us in again at all. The starting pitching performance from Jacob Mizorowski was enough to get it done. Milwaukee going to take the win with a sweep over San Francisco. Your player of the game, Jacob Mizorowski. 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run. And Abner Uribe, the new closer for the Brewers, picks up the save. All right, Antonio Rosas has signed with the Brewers. That means we only have 2 draft picks left that we need to sign. One of them is going to be tough. He's not very interested right now. It was Bo Petter, the first baseman that we took later in the draft, but we'll see how it goes. All right, we rattled off 7 wins in a row, including the first game of this series against the Rangers, and then we lost game 2, 10-1 to them. But this is the final game of the month. We need to close the month out strong. We've got the bases loaded here. Top 4, 1 out. John Gray on the mound. Jake Bauers at the plate. Oh, man, he breaks the bat. Run, Jake, run! Yes, Jake Bauers is going to beat it out. And we do get the RBI off of the broken bat. 47-mile-an-hour exit velo ground ball. He really choked us up there. And they tried to turn 2 there. They might have been able to go home and get the force, but Jake Bauers hustles and we get the RBI fielder's choice. That ball's crushed by Akil Baddoo. That's going to find the gap, and we are going to send the runner home. Akil Baddoo holds up at second, and that is an RBI double. Akil Baddoo with a 2-run double, and we're up 3-0 here on the Rangers. That ball's hit up the middle. A sliding attempt there, and it's not going to be fielded by Seager. Gio Urshela finds himself on base with a base hit. Now runners on the corners, 2 outs, and Joey Ortiz is at the plate. All right, full count now to Joey Ortiz. Here comes the payoff pitch from Gray. Ooh, that was ball 4. And that really is ball 4. And we're going to get the bases loaded for the second time this inning. This time with Christian Yelich coming to the plate, but 2 outs. That one's going to be grounded up the middle, but this time fielded by Marcus Semien, and that will be out number 3. Unfortunate that we're not able to capitalize there, but we do put up 3 runs that inning. It is 3-0 Milwaukee, middle of the 4th. All right, not very much later. We are in a tough situation. We've given up 1 run already. Edward Cabrera is on the bump. Nathaniel Lowe is batting, and the bases are loaded. Speed on first, but 2 outs. That one's going to be grounded to Frelick. He's got the play at first, and we are out of this jam. Still up 3-1. And the rest of the game played out beautifully. The Brewers are going to take a win to end July, winning 8 of our last 9 games. Raisel Iglesias gets the save. And we're going to win 8-3. Wow, Nelson Velazquez with a 3-run home run. Alex Bregman also had a home run, a solo shot. And Edward Cabrera goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. We love to see it. All right, today is the final day to sign draft picks. We've signed Bo Petter. I don't know if he's going to end up being any good. We didn't really get him scouted super well. And then we've got Brad Boyd here. We're going to sign him. So we've signed all of our draft picks here. Beautiful stuff to see. Taking a look at our minor league report for July, Tyler Wessner unfortunately had a really rough month in Double-A. Tayden Hall had a really good month in Double-A. Edwin Arroyo, we called him up to Triple-A last month, and he hit .353. Wow. Austin Vernon has a good month. And Wickelman Gonzalez with a strong month. Heck yes, dude. I love to see that. Wickelman Gonzalez, of course, we got in the Willie Adames trade. So, really love to see him starting to develop. Let's take a look at Edwin Arroyo really quickly. Oh, he's really starting to come along, man. Really starting to come along. Switch hitting shortstop. He's already a pretty decent fielder. Ooh, man. The sky's the limit. Taking a look at our team at the end of the month before we wrap things up. Akil Baddoo is just a pinch hitting extraordinaire. Only 34 at bats, but batting .353 with a .906 OPS. Christian Yelich, 300 average, .891 OPS. We got Alex Bregman with 20 home runs, batting .283. Jake Bauers has 16 home runs, batting .272. Francisco Mejia, batting .308. Nelson Velazquez only has 19 home runs. I'd like to see him pick that up a little bit. But overall, the team looking really strong. .290 from Luis Arias with a .780 OPS. Sal Frelick, not bad either. William Contreras kind of having a down year, reflecting in his rating regression. He hit .345 last year. .260 would be his lowest batting average since 2021. .717 would be his lowest OPS since the same year. So a little bit down. Ahmed Rosario, how's he doing? Batting .254. Not bad, man. On the pitcher side of things, Freddie Peralta not having as good of a year as I would have hoped, but still our best pitcher. Eric Lauer actually doing really well as a reliever as far as WAR goes. Joel Payamps, really strong year for him. we got him for one more year of arbitration, and then we'll see what we're going to do there. Otherwise, nothing super strong. Carlos Hernandez having a pretty good year. Abner Uribe as our closer, really stepping in. We're going to see how many saves he finishes the year with. Razel Iglesias continues to decline after we picked him up. And Jacob Mizorowski has only one start this year, which was the one we just did. But you can see he's already gone up to a 71. He was a 70 when we called him up, so really nice there. And of course, looking at the standings, we are 8 games back of the Cubs in the Central, and we have third place in the wild card all by ourselves right now. 1 game up on the Marlins. The Phillies and the Mets both a little bit ahead of us. Really, the Mets way ahead of us. Phillies only 1 game ahead, or a half game ahead, really. So really in a good spot to kind of make some noise and make the playoffs. Big news here, we just re-signed Luis Arias, a 3-year deal, $10 million per year. I feel like that's great value. All right, and I went ahead and simulated the first game of the month. We did lose to the Giants 6-1, unfortunately, but I had to do it because before we wrap up the video, the very last thing we have to do, we got to take a look at our draft picks for the very first time. I'm very curious to see about Kevin Cameron here. Let's just take a look. Okay. 82 potential, 63 overall. But this I can take. Jermaine Benton, 77 overall with 95 potential. Holy cow. Bro, Abner Uribe better perform well, or he'll be on the trading block in a year or two. That is huge. That's huge. In Valencia, another good pickup. 55 overall at 20 years old is a little disappointing, but he's got 91 potential, and we love to see that. Antonio Rosas, 77 overall, or 77 potential with 57 overall is okay. 78 speed is a lot slower than I was expecting him to be. That's unfortunate. We do end up with a 52 overall, 84 potential. Alan Travis, Steve Booth, 55 with 79 potential. Bo Petter ends up 46 overall, but with 84 potential. Really has the makings of a power hitter, which is what I was hoping to get. He's only 18 years old, so hopefully he develops. And then Brad Boyd, 49 overall at 18 years old with 80 potential. So not bad. Really not a bad draft class. I thought it was going to be a disaster class. Maybe no future stars. Maybe Jermaine Benton is a future star with his cutter and splitter. But otherwise, not a bad draft. So looking through here, the draft really did shake out kind of how I thought it would. Some of the guys that we were targeting early on that got drafted before we could pick, Steve Peralta ends up 64 with 89 potential, which is pretty good. Our boy Rod Thrasher that went to the Rockies, poor guy, he actually ends up being a 74 overall with 94 potential, which is pretty insane. And then Manny Mota, who we were also looking at, ends up being a 67 with 88 potential, which is also really good. He is 22 years old though. The number 1 overall pick, Orlando Rodriguez, ends up being a 69 overall with 88 potential at 19 years old, which is really, really good. But Enrique Rivas, who the Mets took with their pick, the number 2 pick, 21 years old, but he ends up being 76 overall with 95 potential. I mean, this is real Steven Strasburg, Paul Skeens kind of hype, you know what I'm saying? Besides that, we had a couple of other pitchers with like 91, 92 potential. No position players, from what I can tell, with 90 potential or higher, except Kevin Powers finishes with 62 overall, 86 potential. This was the guy I really thought we had a chance at getting. And honestly, he could come in and platoon against lefties tomorrow. And he's a switch hitter. Great potential. I really hate we missed out on him. And then Cesar Mota, the other third baseman we were looking to get, ends up as 64 overall with 91 potential at 18 years old. Really, really good, man. Really hate that we missed out on both of those guys. Of course, like I said, you know, we end up with, what's his name? Kevin Cameron, 63 overall, 82 potential. Not bad, but not nearly as good as those guys. All right, y'all, that is going to wrap things up for this one. An action-packed July. We got through the All-Star break. We got through the draft. We got through the trade deadline. We are ready to make a playoff push. We're in the playoffs right now. 57 and 52. Next video, we're going to knock out August and September and hopefully head to the playoffs. So, as always, if you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe, turn on the notifications. I really appreciate y'all checking everything out. I'm having a blast this franchise now that we're really getting into it. We'll see you next time. Peace.